Everyone. Next, we have Atacama Resources International, Inc. It trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol ACRL and has significant mining claims in the greater Kirkland Lake area of northern Ontario. Metals and minerals under potential exploration include gold, silver, lithium, graphite, cobalt, and diamond. So happy to have Craig Praver here with us today, the investor relations, as well as John Grant, exploration manager, and Glenn Grant, the CEO, joining us for the Q&A. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm looking forward to connecting with everybody, telling you guys about who we are, what we do, and our goals. Thank you.
Wonderful. Greg, the floor is yours. Just call me back when you're ready for questions.
You bet. Thank you very much. So, welcome everybody. I'm very passionate about this company, Atacama Resources International. I'm here to, like I said, tell you about who we are, what we do, our goals, and our mission. We have a very aggressive mission for the future, and we believe that our goals and desires are endless. So we're not stopping, and we want you to hear about us and possibly join the train that we have here. So we are an OTC Pink current U.S. public company. We are fully audited with all of our paperwork and financials, setting us apart from a large majority of the OTC. So our ticker, you can find us on all these trading platforms. You type in the $ ACRL. That is our acronym that we trade on. To refer to all fact-based information, maps, our management information, you go to our website, ACRL, INTL, short for international.com. So we build on a rich history of gold mining in Kirkland Lake, Ontario. That is the Golden Mile of Canada. We offer dependable, responsible mineral exploration as well as mineral mining claim development. So we give companies what they need, and I get into that later on in the presentation. So, as I mentioned, Canada's Golden Mile is the most famous historical region for gold mining in the entire country. And we're looking at pretty much of all of North America. We're very lucky to offer centralized claims and properties in this region that attracts a lot of more established mines that have been there for years. They are noticing us, and now we just kind of prove what we have in the ground as our reserves to see and present to them. So our company, we're always looking forward. We're looking at additional properties in northern Canada as well as the U.S. for potential gold, graphite, cobalt, lithium, silver, and nickel opportunities. So we are in the business to grow and show off all of these minerals, rare earth in the ground, and kind of show them off to our neighbors. Our history. So, we've been around for about 10 years now. We're looking to acquire more mineral claims in the Golden Mile region, as well as internationally. We're also looking to expand in the United States. As a typical startup company would experience through our 10 years, there have been peaks and valleys, just like with any company as they grow. And we believe that they've come out to the benefit of us, as well as our shareholders who they own us, and we are here to serve the shareholders as well as prospective new ones. And with all our hard work behind the scenes, our partnerships, more like association, we've been able to increase our holdings to nearly 7,000 acres. In fact, it's been 6,736 of them. For our properties, like I mentioned, gold, silver, lithium, cobalt, nickel, graphite, rare earth minerals. Our properties cover all of those, and we have 168 registered claims with Ontario and Quebec mines and minerals. So, I'll get into our latest press release this past week, or during this week, I should say. We've expanded into Quebec officially by acquiring a new property that we are stoked about. So let's talk about the gold properties. Our most established one being the Tannehill Gold property. We're looking at 29 claim units northeast of the Kirkland Lake Gold Claim, 40+ drill holes, and 2 parallel gold horizons 4 of which have visible gold intersection. You can find that in our 43101 on our website. I'm going to keep referring you to our website because I know I'm a visual person. I know I'm sure a lot of you are as well. Why not just look at all the information presented to you right there? Several holes, they have 1.5 to 7 grams per ton, over 1 to 11 meters. We're looking to expand on that, but we already have so many of them that we have put to work and are very presentable to our neighbors and those who are looking to see what we have in the ground. And 7 grams a ton of gold is nothing to sneeze at. In fact, we are highly prideful in the fact that we're able to prove that so far. 7 grams is a lot, and we are looking forward to expanding on that as we go forward. Now, newly tested southern claims, they're geologically similar to the northern drilled area. And, some of my sports verbiage, I call that a sleeper. The southern claims, we didn't think were going to offer as much as our northern have, but because of the ice age, the wind kind of blew the rare earth minerals and all of the metals that I mentioned previously from south to north, having that stick in the southern portion. So we are very excited, and that was our last press release. We announced the drilling and the mag particle and induced polarization surveys in the southern region. We are very excited to see what those survey results kind of feel at the end of the month. So like I said, ongoing workloads on that with the MAG and IP programs in the South. But as we look forward to seeing the results there. We know for sure that in the northern region, there's a 43101 report, as I mentioned. They certify a lot of gold quantities. I mean, we're talking 7 grams per ton. So more drilling is scheduled shortly, and we look forward to that. Continuing on the gold front, let's go into Golden Eagle. That is on the Kirkland Lake region. 25 claims we have, located 5 kilometers south of the historic Macassa gold mine. We are very excited to be able to be near the Macassa gold mine, as they've proven historically a lot of resources in the ground. MAG and IP surveys are recommended to begin with this initially, and then we'll be following up with the drilling permit pending. We always want to make sure that we are drilling in the right places. We upgraded our drilling equipment and believe that will take us, give us the ability to reach even newer heights and higher heights. Atacama 3 property, we've got 23 claims, and it's located near the historic Macassa gold mine as well as the Golden Eagle property. We're about 3 kilometers south as opposed to 5, so we are even closer. We've already completed the MAG and IP surveys, so we've advanced quite a bit in that property. Approved permits are in place. We took a lot of time to, dish out our financial resources to get our permits for drilling. But all we need to do is conduct those surveys and then do the drilling. But the good news, we've already completed those surveys in Atacama 3. Now, it was recommended to us by geologists that we do 6 drill holes, and we fully expect to complete that. Now, we talked about the gold. Lithium is here to stay well into the 2030s. We are in the right sector, seeing that a lot of these trains, buses, and cars are steering towards that electric route. So let's talk about the Heightington lithium property. 25 units located near Cochrane, just off the access road to the Beachcore mine site. We are excited. We released this property last year, and we have the pegmatite dikes that are noted by the Ministry of Mines. They see the value in having this property, as do we. The government took grab samples in 2022 and returned rare earth metals as well as lithium. So it's good to see that we got a sneak peek of what we have in the ground there, and we look forward to drilling and revealing more of it. But we are in the right location, and I think that's the theme of this presentation. All of these properties were carefully selected because of their centralized location. Lamothe lithium property. Ding, ding, ding. That is our breaking news. We released the property that we have acquired in Quebec, and that is the Lamothe claims. 3 claim blocks that were called the Lamothe claims. So let's get into the numbers here. The numbers guy, the property has gram sample assays that ran 1% lithium, 72 grams a ton of gallium, 88 grams per ton of niobium, 44 grams per ton of uranium, 75 grams per ton of antimony. This is 43101 compliant, and we, like the finer mining companies, like to stay current with our 43101 filing, and to give the shareholder, 100 pages or so of documented material showing results, what we're capable of with our drilling, and just the value of the property overall. And I've shown that to a lot of our shareholders, and they like to see that we can prove what we will have in the ground. And then the Atacama lithium property, we have 2 units situated east of Atacama, with a section of the Trans-Canada Highway, the big highway, cutting across the northwest section of the block. Documented pegmatite dikes noted by the Ministry of Mines, similar to Hyington. And let me take a quick break for a sec before I get into the rare earth, cobalt, and graphite properties. Greg Praver, have been brought on by the CEO, Glenn Grant, to improve and increase transparency across our 2,400 plus shareholders, as well as new ones. I am prospecting every day, telling people how excited I am about this company, what we've proven so far, what we get to showcase in all of our claims and properties. And the sentiment has been really off the charts so far. It's been great to reconnect with familiar faces and new ones. And I feel so passionate about this company because I wanted to work for them and spread this message to a larger audience. And that's why I'm here today as well. So thank you for your time and attention to this. Now let me get back into rare earth, cobalt, and graphite. So, carbonatite, number 1 and number 2 properties are both in the Atacama area. Let's talk about number 1. That property consists of 18 units that cover a large portion of the intrusive unit with carbonatite, and that's the alkali. Number 2, and these are in separate locations, by the way, so don't get confused, but they are similar in terms of the unit size. Now, number 2, the property consists of 17 units that cover a significant alkalic intrusive unit with carbonatite. Cabo Cobalt and Diamond property, that's in the cobalt area. 8 units located in the Lorraine Township in the cobalt camp. It has 3 showings and 1 shaft, along with several historic drill holes. Showing number 1 was drilled and returned 95, was of which was the largest, with 2.64 milligrams from these following zones. Showing number 2 contains a 50-foot shaft and returned nickel, silver, and cobalt. Showing number 3 returned cobalt and some diamonds. Assays from the Giroux shaft returned 1.22% cobalt. Now, back when I asked about the property, I was like, mystery graphite? That is actually the name, and it's not a mystery. It is the title of the graphite property. And I think it's kind of catchy. So let's talk about the mystery graphite property. 13 claims in the south of the Kirkland camp. The property has been drilled and returned significant large plate graphite intersections. Of course, it is 43101 compliant based on the research we have compiled so far, and it is NI 43101 recommended as well. So let's talk about our construction program. We are in the construction program. We always feel like we can't find enough. We're always going to look for more and expand our mining claim operations. The Golden Eagle, like I mentioned, approved permit for 6 drill holes, all mag particle and reduced polarization work slated. Atacama 3, we've already completed the work. We're just doing some surface trenching, mag particle, and IP work has been finished. Approved permit for 6 drill holes in place, 23 claims. Huntington Lithium, documented, like I mentioned, by the Ministry of Mines. Mag particle, we got 3 drilled targets and full permits in place already in Northern Ontario, 25 claims. Mammoth Lithium, our newest baby. Drilling has been done with cores. It's 43101 ready. We look forward to releasing that in the future. 3-claim block called the Mammoth claim. To continue, we have Praver cobalt property to prove our resources. 8 claims. Mystery graphite property, considerable drilling done with cores. 43101 ready. 13 claims. And I know, as a shareholder of 4 years, turned a part of the team, I'm very excited and always was about the amount of claims that we have per property. We have a lot of garnetite, number 1 and number 2. Construction program, of course, still in planning. We have rare earth claims, 35 claims combined. As I mentioned, 18 on property number 1, 17 on property number 2. Leadership, another reason why we are in the right place and why I felt I was in the right place as a shareholder. The leadership of Glenn Grant, Dan Finch, and John Grant. Now let's talk about Glenn Grant. I'm going to leave this on the screen for a moment because time is precious to us. Feel free to review his resume. He, along with the other 2, have taken other companies from, let's say, cents to dollars or small dollars to big dollars. We have professional leadership who work tirelessly 24/7. I know I'm on the phone with them late at night trying to come up with business ideas and advancements for the shareholders. We are in the right place. We believe that we have righted the ship from, let's say, the valleys that we face in the 10-year process. So Glenn Grant has been in the right sector, the oil and gas, mining, and natural resources, overseen lots of large budget companies. Dan Finch, our COO, he's founded and worked with these big companies and president. He's been vice president and CEO, serving on boards of a lot of these companies. He's grown. We're very fortunate to have him growing our company as well. So I'm going to leave this up for about 15 seconds. Feel free to repeat his resume. Now, the 3 of them have Canadian backgrounds, and we're very fortunate to have them as we are a mining exploration company in Canada, although we are an American company. John Grant, our exploration manager, and I forgot to mention with Glenn. Glenn will be on the Q&A panel, as well as myself and John Grant, who will be here. 47 years. He's a veteran in overseeing these mining projects with major companies. With a wealth of information, I strongly suggest adding him to the list of contacts if you have questions about our existing properties. He is a dictionary. He knows so much. The fact that we have him, leading the charge here with the on-property sightings and decision-making, I am so fortunate to work alongside him. Why us? I've already mentioned, we have over 125 years combined of expertise and experience in this industry between those 3 gentlemen. Now let me dive into the lithium. Electric vehicles and batteries, the manufacturing, the high demand is confirmed over the next decade. Our technical staff is extremely skilled in mining in the greater Kirkland Lake area with many years of industry experience. Gold prices are increasing, and Atacama has 77 claims in the middle of the Golden Mile, the historical hotspot of gold mining in Canada. Our strategy. We have so many of them. But let's fine-tune this home here. We want to explore. We want to expand our mining operations and find new mining properties. We are always looking for association to expand our property. The goal is to attract our associates, as I mentioned, to complete production based on the demand that is out there. We want to supply the companies with what they need, and we believe that gold, silver, lithium, diamond, cobalt, nickel, and graphite are what companies need out there, and we're lucky to be able to provide that to them. So forming these relationships, we believe that's going to positively impact the corporate value here. Atacama is working to better leverage its capabilities towards the electric vehicle market. Our strategy, 4 main focus points. expanding exploration and mining claim development, gaining those affiliates, those producers, enhancing sustainability with our mining, and investing in research and development. Given the rising demand for battery metals like lithium, cobalt, and nickel, we must increase its exploration to keep up and to provide these key materials. Not just expanding our current mining operations, but also exploring those new sites. So we also want to pursue these three key strategies to capitalize on the electric vehicle market opportunity. Get these automakers and battery manufacturers through long-term joint ventures or equity investments, providing a reliable customer base to help understand the exact material needs. We are listening. We are not talkers. We will talk when we need to. We want to listen to those who need us. Enhance sustainability by adopting environmentally friendly mining practices, clean tech, effective waste, rehabilitation management. All of these reduce environmental impact and build reputation. Invest in research and development, identifying more efficient extraction methods, exploring alternatives to currently mined materials. That's going to keep us ahead of our trends in the industry. And we can be trendsetters as well. And we are, leaders. We want to tell other companies what we've achieved. Hopefully they follow suit so that continues not only a booming industry, but a long-term successful industry that we believe that we're in the right place for. So, by partnering, associating with our neighbors, having this reputation, we believe that we can be a preferred supplier in this rapidly growing electric vehicle market. So we can get into the Q&A portion of this. I'm going to leave this map up here. These are all of our properties. I'm not sure if you can see my my arrow on my mouse. We've Atacama, carbonatite number 2, carbonatite number 1, Atacama, Golden Eagle, Tannehill Gold, lithium, that belongs to Huntington, and cobalt. Mystery graphite is in here somewhere. Look at this location. We are surrounded by mega mines like Agnico Eagle, trading at AEM. Some of you in the mining industry or who have knowledge of it have heard of them. We believe that we're being looked at by our neighbors because of how centralized our location is and the substance that we have going on there. Previous news releases. February 6th, a few days ago, we announced the new lithium property, Lamont Lithium, in the James Bay camp of Northwest Quebec. January 25th, we unveiled 13 kilometers, 8-mile total field magnetic survey and IP survey. They'll be completed over the southwest section of the Tannehill property. And going back to August 17th, we announced the completion of the 43101 F1, the Tannehill property north of Kirkland Lake. Our goals and initiatives, we wanted to make this easy to lay out here. Proving our reserves. We want to raise $7.5 million in the long term. This is a multi-year goal. However, the quicker we can get there, the more drills we get on the ground, the more we can prove to our neighbors, and the better chance of one of these neighbors saying, hey, we're going to offer you tons of funds in order to buy what you have proven to us in your reserves. Private placement investments. Let me quickly mention the difference. So open market investments, obviously you look at a platform like E-Trade or Fidelity. You buy and sell stock. However, when you buy shares, the company doesn't profit, and they can't use those funds to better the projects and the avenues to increase the price per share. Private placement, you can. They receive the funds, and they put those funds in the, like I said, avenues to raise the price per share the way they see it, and therefore gets the shareholders to get closer to their goal of making good profits by owning the company. We want to expand within the U.S. We want to explore strategic working relationships and return to SEC reporting. So if you have questions for the team, utilize this time to ask CEO Glenn Grant, our exploration manager John Grant, or myself any questions regarding our company. Refer to our website, ACRLintel.com. And I've listed my phone number as well as Glenn's here on the slide. Now, thank you all for listening to what we have going on. Anna, I'm ready for questions.
Great job, Greg. We will welcome John and Glenn. We do have so many questions for you, not a lot of time, but let's see how many we can get in. Starting with Nelson Rees, are these Atacama claims located in an area where there's a lot of mining supportive infrastructure? And are there other lithium claims in that area that Atacama has claimed?
Yes, I can answer that. He's exactly right. We're exactly what he says. We're very strategically placed. We have all of the amenities that we need to do what we need to do, which excites us. It makes us an economic factor because we don't have to go extra structure to get to our sources. We're already there. So the answer to that question is yes.
And Mr. June asks, what's in the ground in those mines exactly? You use the hashtags in your tweet, hashtag lithium, gold, EV, insinuating lithium and gold are present. If so, how much?
Well, that's now to be determined with our program. That's why we're doing the mag particle, the IPs, which lead us to the area in specific. And then we go to drilling to solidify what we have for quantity. The one thing we do know in that area is the deeper we go, the more substance there is, or I should say minerals, sorry. So that's the whole objective of our goal, is to solidify how much is there.
And Mr. June also asks, what do you think the catalyst is for the price of ACRL to begin to move and reward the faithful stockholders?
That's a good question. I think that what we'll do by proving what we have in the ground, that's what's going to enhance the value of the corporation. That's the whole goal with an exploration company. So the mandate is to prove the reserves, which will enhance the value of the company, which in return gives tremendous value back to the shareholder.
Donald Rogers has a question for you, Glenn. You issued an executive summary around the time of the issuance of your preferred B shares. In that summary, you stated Atacama had gold assays greater than or equal to Kirkland Lake gold. So do you still stand by that statement? He had trouble finding a mining report.
I'm not familiar with that statement, but you would have to say that's hypothetical until such time as we prove it. But because we're in the location we're in right now, our property is the same fault that Kirkland Lake runs in. We have the same fault. So the optimism is that we'll find similar, if not as good a results as that they have already proven. And the reason for that is in that particular area, the depth is where the best minerals are found, the biggest quantity of the best value. So again, the drilling program is about to prove that.
And Donald has another
Glenn,
question.
can I add to that, Glenn?
Please.
Yes, by all means.
Sorry, Anna, the report he may be implying is the one that by SEDEX Minerals, Glenn, on the Tannehill that Todd Keith froze. If you pull that up and look at it, some of the assays that were hit in the original drilling on the Tannehill North are quite high in the 7 to 10 gram material in the two zones open at depth, which are similar to what, if you look at the Macassa mine in their production stages throughout their history, some of the grades are the same. And with the price of gold in Canadian at almost 2,900 an ounce, your potential at the Tannehill would be open pit initially, and we only need half a gram to a gram to make that economical. But the SEDEX report written by Todd Keith on the Tannehill North gives quite a bit of the grade work that was intersected in those drilling. I think 27 of the holes intersected some high grade gold with visible gold in some of them.
Great, thank you for that. Donald also has a question. On various occasions from 2019 until present, you stated the CTO is close to being removed, but as of today, it's still in place. So have you had recent conversations with the ASC on this? And was it simply a matter of filing what they wanted and now you wait and see? He'd love to have that clarified.
As a matter of fact, I can answer that. I just talked with our lawyer this morning, and we're very, very close to meeting their demands as far as questions are concerned. We're very up to date with filings, audited filings, etc. It's down to now to very small, what I refer to as minuscule questions to appease the questions they have. So we're of the opinion that we're super close to accomplishing the desire of the Alberta Securities Commission.
Great. Cliff Sperber asks, as a shareholder through multiple transitions of board and management, how close are you to finally receiving a realistic value of your current holdings, both in Canada and the U.S.?
Well, once again, that will be accomplished by our drilling program. As it progresses, the value of the corporation will go up. It's all subject to the availability of funding. We have a very, very, very aggressive format in front of us, as everybody will attest. My budget is super strong. So, I turn that back to the shareholders as the owners of this company. It's up to them as to how fast they want us to propel.
And I have a deep dive question from Francis. Is the company going to perform exploration on its 1930 Tadora Syndicate diamond drilling assay results pertaining to the Atacama 1 property of hole number 6, which stated the gold concentrations of 8 ounces per ton, as well as the other 4 holes that yielded gold concentrations of 2 ounces of gold per ton? This was announced in 2019 press release. Do you have a comment on that?
There was an 8 ounce gold per ton predicted. It was actually found. It was not registered with the Ontario government at the time because that wasn't a mandate. That is yet to be proven. Once again, that's a result of our drilling program, which will prove the validity of that less or more. So once the drilling program is done, we'll be able to justify and solidify that number.
Great. And last question from Casey Schmidt. Are there any future plans being discussed on moving up from OTC to NASDAQ, or is it too early?
No, that's in the works. Absolutely. That's one of the programs that's in our mandate. It'll come as quickly as possible.
Well, we have a lot more questions for you, but we are out of time. Would anyone like to give some closing remarks for our viewers?
Go ahead, Greg.
Absolutely. I mean, we take this very seriously. We are working 24/7 to expand and get more production and assistance from shareholders as well. And we have a really strong team of very loyal shareholders who believe in exactly what I just shared with you. So thank you for your time and for listening to what we have to offer. And I will always have my phone line open to communicate, answer any questions, and provide updates along the way.
Perfect. Thank you all for joining us. Great work. And we look forward to following along your journey with some future updates.
Thank you, Heidi.
Okay, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back with our next presenter.